By the way, there's going to be spoilers like crazy for this film. So if you're interested in not being spoiled, sorry. I need to get this off my chest. I was a Superman fan. I never will be a Superman fan. But I wanted to see what James Gunn was cooking up to start the DCU. I had such high hopes for this film, man. The advertising was good, the trailers were good. I thought it was going to be a fantastic film. I thought it was going to be like Guardians of the Galaxy, and he definitely fucking had fun. That's for damn sure. A little too much fun. If I could just sit here and tell you something, okay? James Gunn said, "My biggest issue with DCU is Batman." And in the full context of things, I can understand why that is his issue, is because the guy can't take a thing serious. Everything has to be a joke. Everything has to be built up to a joke. We waste 3 minutes watching a garage door open so he can just do a dumb joke. It's kind of funny, but it's like, are we doing this for real? Because there's going to be another one right around the corner. And I don't want to be suffocated by jokes. I don't think it fixes your film. I don't think it makes your film great. I like a joke here and there. There were scenes that made me laugh, like he saves the squirrel, and the squirrel's like fucking confused. He has no idea what's going on. It was one of the funnier times I laughed. The time the annoying ass dog that I want to get into in a minute. When dog goes after the first Mr. Terrific's like spheres, one of his terrific spheres or whatever he called them, T-spheres, I was like, why did he do that? And then it was because it was a ball that made me giggle a little bit. But it wasn't. This is what I want to say about this movie. It's silly, too silly. I can't take anything serious. The only person I take serious is Lex Luthor, but I also should take Superman serious because it's a Superman film, and it's like, I want to take him serious. He shouldn't be a joke. His film shouldn't be a joke, and the characters in it shouldn't be a joke. Superman's getting beat up the entire film. You start out the movie, and he's knocked into the snow. Krypto has to come help him. He gets healed. He goes back. He gets his ass kicked immediately again. I don't remember everything like beat for beat, but like he gets his ass kicked there. He gets his ass kicked again. He gives up because Lex Luthor manages to get into his what is it called? Crystal Palace Leave Me Alone room or whatever. And he gets in there, and then the dog attacks, so he captures the dog, and then he has the dog, and then Superman comes and looks at Luthor, and he's like, where's the damn dog? Understandable. It's your dog. Even though the dog's an annoying fucking rat dog, is what I would call it, like an ankle biter, you gotta stick through it because you bought it, or you adopted it, or whatever. Get it trained. You can get dogs trained. Maybe a super dog is different. Oh, but a super dog, how is a human going to train a super dog? Another complaint I have where a super dog, how much of the restraint of the super dog does he know he has? Because the dog is attacking Superman throughout the film because he's a rebellious young dog or whatever. Like he's just a hyper dog. He does not hold back on Superman. But then there's a scene where he's getting ready to play with some cows, and that makes Superman concerned, so he brings the dog into the final battle. And then Mr. Terrific's like, why'd you bring the dog, dude? And he's like, because I didn't want him to kill my family's cows. And I was like, that's understandable, because that was my first thought. But then you cut to the very end of the movie where the dog attacks Lex Luthor, and Lex Luthor he doesn't get injured at all. He maybe has a boo-boo on his arm, and then it looks like it's swelling a little bit, like it broke. But the dog tackled him over a table. And the dog doesn't know restraint like Superman knows, so that Lex Luthor should be dead. He should be dead or in a coma or rushed into the ER. That would have been a better scene. Get him right into the pit, you know what I mean? Right into the pit, like the version of Metropolis, but it's the pit for that. And then, okay, I'm fantasizing of better things. So the dog's inconsistent. And what made me mad is I was okay with the dog being disruptive because it's not his dog, it's his cousin's, Supergirl's dog. But what pisses me off is this was such a missed opportunity here. Like, James Gunn added this dog because he has a dog that is unruly, it bites at his ankle, doesn't listen, and I don't know James Gunn. I don't really follow him on anything. I might follow him on Instagram because I was excited for the DCU. That got crushed. I was excited for the DCU, so I was following him, and I probably will follow him to see what he's cooking up in the future. But so he made the dog based off his dog. But like, this was such an opportunity here for Superman to show that he can train. I know, like, train and show his leadership and like through the dog. Like, he could start training the dog, or at least trying to train the dog to show that he wants Like he wants to make people better, and then it's just like it could foreshadow him running the Justice League. Like I know it's a dog, but like you're gonna run into a lot of unique characters when the Justice League forms that aren't gonna necessarily look at Guy Gardner in this film. He's not gonna follow you. He's not gonna believe what you say. He's not gonna follow your rule. I know Guy Gardner's an asshole in the comics, but like it's just weak at the end of the day. He gets beat down every situation. One thing I have an issue with is when he gets upset at his girlfriend, Lois Lane, that was interviewing him as Superman. They're like, she's interviewing him as Superman, and he gets upset and he's like, "You don't understand. People were gonna die." And it's like, there's another scene where he's stuck in the cage and there's a little bit of kryptonite by, so it makes his tummy upset. Lex Luthor has this new, like a Metropolis dealer selling hot dogs or something. He saves him at the very beginning of the movie. He doesn't even save him. He just helps him out of the pit that he got thrown into. And thank God the hammer of Baravia didn't come back down and beat the crap out of him some more. That guy helps him at the beginning of the movie, and then Lex Luthor realized that was somebody that talked to Superman once, and they have a little bit of a connection. So he grabs him to play Russian roulette to get answers out of Superman. I forget what answers. He's like, "Why are you here?" Or whatever. But that's another thing, ladies and gentlemen, is James Gunn changed the origin of Superman, the message his parents sent him. So this is legit in the movie where he was like, "We sent him there to conquer and rule." What the fuck you did? Did we even read the comics? Like, there's certain things he keeps in the comics to make the nerds happy, but then there's other things he switches up completely. And I understand this is your universe; you can do whatever you want into it, but it's almost too crazy. Like, we're talking, this is like the Invincible universe where they're here to really rule the planet. Like, no, 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 no. You sent your son off because your planet was getting destroyed and it was your only hope of saving your fucking race. You didn't send him to rule over planet Earth. Planet Earth was the best solution for him to survive. It's like there was no. It's like, I get it. You have your toys, you're playing with them. It's so much fun. I have my own things going on over here. You know what I mean? And you're like, "Oh, Batman, he takes over the world." But you have like like he still has the origin. There's just, you can't change too much about stuff. And I'm losing track already. What was I even going on? But yeah, train the dog. Show your leadership there. Show that you can train a dog at least. How are you going to train a team if you can't train a dog and just let the dog jump on you and rule over you? And everything else. I've said Lexus should be dead because he should. The way the dog doesn't listen throughout the entire movie, but then when shit really hits the fan, the dog, he puts it into good boy mode, and then he's like, "I'm gonna save the day." I didn't like the Pocket Universe, the Proton River thing. I was kind of hoping that they would get out of there as soon as possible once he broke out, because it was just, I didn't like that universe, or the Pocket Universe, Pocket Dimension, or whatever the fucking hell they called it. But I was kind of hoping, like, all right, let's get out of here because this is just black nothingness. There's nothing here. And then there was like a Proton River, and James Gunn loves his big colorful scenes, but it just didn't. I didn't like it. It just didn't. It just didn't. I didn't like it. And he's trying to like save the baby the whole time, and that was like the big moment. But like, what kind of confuses me about that is, I don't know the Metamorpho guy too much, but he said, "I can't hold the baby while I'm shifting or shaping or changing." It's your baby, dude. And how did you even discover that to begin with? Did you drop him 1 minute because your hands turned to something like sand or something? Like, what are you talking about? You can't make your hands rock, put the baby in there, and hold the baby. What are you talking about? Anyway, I don't know that character that well. That's just a side rant. I could probably rant about this movie forever, as much nitpicking as I got stored up in my head for it, but let's just keep going. Lex Luthor should be dead. Straight up, the dog has no restraint throughout the entire movie, but in the last moments, Superman doesn't even say, like, "Easy on him, boy." It's just, the dog is full on attacking Lex Luthor, ready to rip his throat out, because that's what dogs do, but it's a super dog. He's smart. He's a good boy. Not really a good boy at all. Train the fucking dog, Superman. The dog was annoying to me, but I understand that was the point, because he was like, it was his own dog that he was trying to like show, like, I own a dog that's like this, and it's like, cool, dude. It should have been called, honestly, James Gunn needs to take a step back when it's making these movies. I understand you want to incorporate things from your life into your movies and you want it to be your movie, the James Gunn movie. I don't even understand why we're so hyped that it's just James Gunn. He did the Guardians of the Galaxies, and those were good. The first one was great, the second one was stupid, the third one was better. But why did he get this reign of like the god of DC? Like it was just such a disappointment. I'm so upset. I just don't even know what to say. But Superman should be dead. It should be called Krypto, and it should be the dog's journey throughout. Because Superman would have died in the river. He would have died at the beginning when Krypto, because he couldn't crawl to the thing. He had to come help him then. Like Krypto is the hero of this show or this movie. That's how bad it was. I was like, did we just watch a show? He's the hero of this movie, and Superman would probably most likely be defeated within the first few seconds if he wasn't watching Krypto, and maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but I think it has a lot. There's too many inconsistencies in it for me. Like there's scenes where like the Krypto thing where it's like 1 minute he's a reckless dog that just attacks everything. He's destroying Superman's lair. He's doing this, he's doing that. But then when it comes to like he knows when to hold back, and I just don't know. I don't read enough Superman comics to know, like, I can't be the excuse guy for this. I need someone else to come into these videos and answer all these questions that I have. And these, changing his origin, that was just trippy to me. Like, that's not, I don't know. I don't know. It's giving Invincible, and I don't like that. The, it's just too much, man. It's too silly. It's too playful. Let's talk about some things I did like. Mr. Terrific was awesome. I want to see more of him in this universe because that's the type of character I'm looking for. I don't know that character outside of the movie, but Superman was kind of weak. He was beaten down the entire time. If it wasn't for his dog, I think he would have been defeated already. You find out that at the end, you're fighting a clone of Superman, and he uses a bus to knock Superman into, or the clone of Superman. And keep in mind, I am a Batman fan as you look at my Batman stuff here, but like, couldn't Superman, even a clone, just like knock through that bus? What is that made of kryptonite still? And how did the other Superman, and like the kryptonite is even affecting them differently? And I didn't know that that's what kryptonite did to him. I thought it just made him weak, but apparently it makes him like sick. Apparently it makes him to the point of where he can't even get upset anymore, because that was something I was going to talk about is he gets upset with his girlfriend for asking, and he's like, people were gonna die. But then when he's playing Russian roulette, like, you don't have that same energy, my guy. Like, you're not gonna yell at Lex Luthor because he just killed one of your vendor friends. You're not gonna, like, I think that moment would have been pinnacle for the movie if he would have like fought through the pain of the kryptonite and stood up and said, I understand you think you've got me defeated, but like, I'm gonna get you, Lex. But he doesn't. He just cries, and then the other guy has to like quit doing the kryptonite because they have his baby captured as well. He cries, Lex Luthor cries, and the other guy cries. The Metamorpho guy cries. I did like Guy Gardner. I liked Mr. Terrific. I liked Lex Luthor, but I thought their characters were good. Mr. Terrific, there was one thing I wanted to nitpick about that as well. Like, I don't understand this character. My first time seeing him on screen, knowing about him really at all. But like, why didn't he stay in the bubble he made? He makes this like force field, and it looks like he's controlling his little T spheres with his hands, a little bit like this, a little bit like that, and he jumps out of the protection of the bubble. Like, did he have to do that? Did he just want to get his hands dirty a little bit? I felt like he would have been a lot safer within the protection thing and doing his little hand T-sphere thing. But I liked him. I thought he was cool. I want to see more of him for sure. I want to see more of Guy Gardner. I'd like to see him just take on Superman, because I honestly think he would win in this universe, because Superman just, he didn't have that fight in him, man. He didn't have that like that drive that I want. Like, I liked his morals in this. Like, he wants to protect every human. He wants to save everything he possibly can. There's a point where he saves a squirrel, and the squirrel's like, "What the fuck? What just happened?" Because like he's obviously flying through the speed. I don't have to explain that scene, but he saves the squirrel. He saves the girl where the building's fallen. He saves everybody, and I like that. That's what Superman should be, in my opinion. Is he should be someone that wants to, not even in my opinion, that's what Superman should be, is someone that saves everything possibly that he possibly can, and that's what he fights with. He's even fighting a kaiju at one point, and he's like, we can't kill it. And my beef with that is like, pick it up and take it to space. But then I guess that might kill it too. I don't know. He's just too worried about not killing anything. But that thing's gonna cause more damage. Letting it roam through Metropolis, like the kaiju thing. Like, it starts out as a baby and it grows within like hours into a giant kaiju. And what was stopping it from growing, I have no idea. I don't even know if they explain that. Pick it up, take it to space. I saw a clip where Superman picks up a key and he's like, it was made from a dead star. It weighs 2,000 million tons. And that thing didn't weigh 2,000 million tons. Pick that thing up, take it to space. Don't even take it to space. You want to save it, take it to a desert. Boom. Problem solved. You can move at the speed of light. This Superman just didn't feel like he was strong. This Superman didn't feel like he had brains. And Lex Luthor could have easily defeated him if it wasn't for Krypto. I also wanted to say that maybe they do explain some of this stuff in the film, but it's just, I must have missed it. I'm going to have to watch it again. I only watched it once, but I do want to say, the monkey bot thing was like, really, dude? Like, you're just going to dismiss any opinion on you that you don't agree with, and we're monkey bots? Okay. There are bots, but like, we can't just call anyone that has a different opinion than us a bot. We have to listen to our fellow humans and understand that, like, oh, well, their opinion matters as well. And I guess we are just talking about a movie, but that was silly. Monkey bots, and then the dogs playing with them at the end. Another situation where, are those super monkey bots? Because those monkeys are fucking dead. I don't know Krypto. I don't know if I probably missed. Oh, no, I didn't. I missed so much. The end credit scene was a joke, literally. Like, I'm not even saying that to insult it. It was a joke where they put Mr. Terrific saved the day and put the planet back together. Mr. Terrific saved the day, if you heard me there, not Superman. He puts the dimensional rip through time and space and the black hole, and then puts it back together, and Superman's like, it's not perfect, and he's like, you want me to rebuild it? And it's just a dumb joke, and you made me wait through all those credits for that. I respect everybody that put their time into making this film, but you're gonna make me sit through the credits. Like, you're supposed to get me excited for the next film, James. You're not supposed to tell a joke. I know that's your whole thing. That's your whole bit. That's how you got to where you are. But some of us like to take this a little more serious. We want to see a little more serious. Like, this is ranting to my friend earlier. This is the conclusion I came to. Matt Reeves' verse is too serious, and James Gunn's verse is turning out to be too silly. Let's meet in the middle here. I think adding Pattinson into the Superman to DCU would be the move, just because they need to tone the fuck down. They need to ground themselves on a level that is way beyond what they started this whole thing out to be. And there's gods and there's monsters and there's dumb Supermans. He doesn't use his brain. There's even a line where Lex Luthor is like, brains always beats bronze. And Superman isn't even bronze in this film. That's what pisses me off, is there's like, he gets beat up by Ultraman. That turns out to be him. He gets beat up again. And the only reason he defeats Ultraman is because of Krypto again. Krypto comes and he says, "Get the toys, boy." And then the Krypto dog, he attacks all the Lex bots. We'll call them Lex bots that are watching the fight. And the only reason Ultraman has the upper hand on Superman is because of these Lex bots. Because Ultraman's dumb. He's a clone of Superman, but he's dumb. So, like, Lex Luthor has to tell him basically everything to do, like swing, do move 1A. But he's smart enough to remember these moves, keep in mind, but maybe they're programmed in his brain. These are just things I'm nitpicking. But these are reasonable nitpicks, in my opinion. You can go sit on a pine cone. I just don't understand. I feel like when I was watching this film, I just felt like Superman was overshadowed by every other character in the film. Like, he doesn't have a moment where I'm like, nice. He just barely gets by. That's the way I feel about it. He just barely gets by, and the only reason the day got saved at all is because Mr. Terrific was helping, and Guy Gardner was helping, the Hawk Girl was helping, Lewis and the entire journalist people were helping. Like, he essentially almost didn't solve anything on his own, and I just hate that for him. Final thoughts. Final thoughts on this is a disappointment, and I no longer have the excitement I did before this movie was released. If the DCU is going to have any remnants of what Superman was, it should be the serious tones, you can keep the jokes. You just do it too much. You have to there has to be time to breathe, man. You have to like give us time to be like, is this a serious moment? But no, there's a funny moment. It's always funny because that's what I do. That's what sells. I'm just not excited for the DCU as much as I was anymore. Superman was disappointing, silly, a mess. I just can't see Superman bossing anybody around, let alone the Justice League, let alone Batman. He could have tried to train the dog. He could have said no. He could have said like sit or tried to do anything other than just let the dog be a pain in his ass. I don't know. I could rant for about another 30 minutes if I wanted to, but I need to wrap this up. I need to read the back of these cards actually. You're going to have to give me something better for better writing. I like better writing. The writing is where this was lacking the most. The visuals were fine. Superman casting is great. Mr. Terrific was great. Guy Gardner was great. Hawk Girl was great. Lewis Lane. The casting was good. I just felt like the writing is where they're lacking the most. And James Gunn needs to take a step back and realize he's not as great as people his yes men have told him he is. And he needs to let other people flesh out the story. Take your time. I'm kind of flipping on the Reeves thing. Take your time. Give me a good story rather than just give me essentially nothing. This was supposed to be, like, what makes me so upset is this was supposed to be the movie. This was supposed to set the tone for the DCU. And all I got was the MCU with DC characters. And I didn't want that. I wanted its own thing. I wanted its own thing. I wanted it a little bit different. But it was the same, essentially. And I wouldn't doubt if we get similar storylines. I don't know what his plan is. I don't know, but I'm scared. And just do better. Just be better. Just write better stories. There's too much inconsistencies in this for me to enjoy it. I can't just ooh and ah at the screen anymore. I need a fleshable story. I need things that make me. I just need to get excited for movies again, and I feel like that's lacking, especially in the comic book universe that they're trying to do on either side. And I mean, it's inevitable, I guess. The DC's probably never gonna have the run MCU had. Like, essentially, it just. Hey, bro, can I copy your homework? Yeah, just change it up a bit. I don't know what I really just thinking about it. I don't know what I expected. Like he was in the MCU for the longest time, and now they're gonna try to do it with the DC. And it's just so upsetting, man. And I know like each movie's gonna have different directors, but he's the guy making the call. He's the guy that had to allow. He read the Batman 2 script, and he's like making the calls, and that's what makes me nervous. Because everything has got to be James Gunnified. It's the James Gunn show. It's the James Gunn universe. It shouldn't be. It should be the JGU. The JGU is turning out to be a flop for me. I'm not liking it. I'm not gonna give up on the DCU completely, but that was not what I was expecting. Golly. That's like when you have leftovers. You know, this is the amount of disappointment I just felt in this movie. It's like when you have leftovers in your fridge and you're really looking forward to it, and then your like roommate eats it. Not only am I disappointed, I'm pissed off and let down in somebody that I thought was gonna do a good job. I thought I could trust you. I thought you were gonna do better. You did. Whatever. I still like Slither. I still like Nathan Fillion. Have put a little thought into your scripts. Bye, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in to the YouTube video. Thank you for listening to my rant. I'm just pissed off. Stupid. Gosh darn it. Why do things have to suck? All right, bye. Have a good night. Do something Batman related. Do something fun. Gosh, this is really making me nervous, guys, because he's gonna screw up Batman. He's gonna make it like fun. My biggest issue with the DCU at the moment is Batman. Yeah, no shit, because your whole life's like, not your whole life, that's mean, but like your whole gimmick is joke. You're a jokey guy. You're the jokester, man. You're gonna do a fantastic Joker, but your Batman's gonna be lacking. He's gonna be lacking. How are you gonna do that?
Oh, we're not going to do it, Campy. We're not going to bring back Adam West. It's not going to be fun. I promise. We're not going to be doing jokes and Batman all the time.
You are. You are, though. You are. Your Justice League is gonna be just like the first Justice League we got, the DCEU. I almost guarantee it. There's nothing serious going to be going on in the first Justice League. We're never going to have our Infinity War moment in this. We're never going to have anything serious going on. Take a step back. Take a step back. That's my advice to James Gunn, because I know what I'm talking about, you know. I should have knew, man. I should have knew from the beginning, because his little fucking source is called Mutant Toes. And his source is called Mutant Toes. And I got excited about that. I was like, who's this? Is he working with a villain? Are we going to see something crazy go on here? No, it's Lex's bimbo blonde girlfriend that's been taking selfies. Was she intentionally taking selfies so she could dish all that information out? Because it seems like you had your out the entire time, but you stayed. Confusing. Toxic relationships. It happens. Was she smart or was she dumb? Is Crypto smart or is he dumb? Is Superman smart or is he dumb? Are these people smart or are they dumb? Is James Gunn smart or is he done? Is the JGU gonna work or is it gonna fail? I think it's gonna fail. But what do I know? Bye.